The tools of AI for digitized scanned copies. Now we go on to improving access and transparency. This is the second pillar. The values of transparency, accountability, a corruption-free environment is but essential and foundational in any healthy judicial delivery system. Access is central to achieving transparency, and to that end a dedicated anti-corruption hotline has been established, providing a secure and confidential platform for citizens to report incidents of graft. This is ready day and night. Whenever the complaints come in, within 30 to 60 days, keeping in the nature of the complaints are processed, and the complainant is informed about the outcome of the complaint. Along with this is the public feedback portal has also been deployed to gather any analysis feedback in the structural manner, while public facilitation centers have been set up at the principal and registries. You see, I'm with you. You should have access to the Supreme Court. It is your Supreme Court. It is nobody's Supreme Court. But the question is, if I can provide you with whatever you require at the facilitation center without disturbing the office, I think that will cater to whatever your needs are. Whatever information you require, whatever record you require, we will provide you with everything at the facilitation center. That is why we have the facilitation center, and we're going to have an opening, a soft opening today. And inshallah, it will be functional. They claim by the 1st of October, hopefully by 1st of October, it will be completely functional. Now, acknowledging the financial accountability is equally important. Let me announce that Supreme Court has undergone an external audit. And by the grace of God, the audit is complete, where the issues highlighted are now being addressed. Additionally, in addition to the audit, let me also inform you one very important step which we have taken. We have initiated this process of standardization of processes and quality assurance. This process, ladies and gentlemen, is underway, and I've been told that in 9 months you will be short of international certification. All the processes of the office of the Supreme Court will be standardized, and there will be no issue of any discretion left with the office. There will be a system, how you come in, how you go out, how the applications are made, everything. And it will be done by experts who will come and do it for us. Okay. We move on. To support this, we have established an overseas litigation facilitation center. Mr. President, has been established. For the media, establishment of dedicated platform has been completed, visitor centers, and so on. We move on to the third one, strengthening legal and regulatory framework. A rapid advancement of technology, particularly in the age of artificial intelligence, required the courts to move from conventional to digital process. While interim measures have been adopted, like I said, we did small steps, but there was no backing of law. We said, fine, don't give us 7 copies, give us 4 copies, 1 soft copy. We said it, no rules to back it. The processes entailed 20 steps according to the 1980 rules. We brought it down to 3 because the section heads told us that please, if you change the rules, this will become more efficient. Our section will become more efficient. We did it, fine. How did we achieve this? To address this, on 30th October 2024, that is only 4 days after my assuming this office, a high-powered committee headed by Mr. Justice Shahid Wahid, with Justice Irfan Saadat Khan and Justice Naeem Aghwan and Justice Akil Ahmed Abbasi as members was constituted. And my God, I tell you, I salute them for their efforts, because it was open. The Supreme Court Bar Association sent in their recommendations, the Bar Council sent them their recommendation, lawyers sent in their recommendation, even judges sent in their recommendation. Munib Saab sent it, Justice Aisha sent it, Sardar, to look at the recommendations given by the sections, the judges, the lawyers community, and the lawyers and public. It was open. Now, their first input came in, and it was placed before the full court. Let me tell you, it was ready by 19th of March 2025, and it was placed before the full court on 17th April 2005. And after discussion, they said, no, it requires more deliberation. Fine, more deliberations went through. And whoever had an objection to any proposals, the committee went to them. They sat down with the worthy judges and said, okay, what are your proposals? And they considered and addressed them. And finally, they came up with their final version, which was passed. Now, why through circulation? Let me tell you, this rule has come in after 50 years. You see, you cannot make these rules in one day. It's a living document. I assure you that, inshallah, till I'm here, every full court will have this rule as agenda item number 1, but with one condition, that whoever has an objection to it, please file your proposal so that there's a process. We have constituted a committee. Let your proposals be placed before the committee. The committee will do their deliberation and it will come to the full court. So please, I assure you that whatever your proposals are will be considered and will be taken into consideration. And as far as your objection, the day the application came from the Supreme Court Bar Association, the same day I said, okay, full court is constituted for this particular item. I have discussed it with the members. Your objections? Essence, to structure the discretion of the competent authority in proceeding with important issues on administrative side. Now, who is this competent authority? That is yours truly. Let me announce to this entire gathering that all the administrative power having discretion of the Chief Justice of Pakistan, I have ensured that it is not only structured, but the criteria for the exercise of that discretion is laid down in letter and it is made available to all. I'll give you 3 examples. Policy for early hearing and out-of-turn fixation. The chief could do, I tell you, the chief could fix any case at any time. Now, let me tell you, it is very difficult for me because the SOP has been done. These cases will have to be fixed. Bail before arrest, it's there, it's in writing. I can't, it will be very difficult for me to do it. You want an early hearing application? Applications used to be filed. The case, the file used to be in the office of the Chief Justice for over a year. Now you file your application with the relevant material which you feel is requiring urgent attention, it will be taken up. All in writing. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at the grant of leave. I made it very clear. During holidays, anyone who wants to go anywhere, no issue. But when there is court work, then I said, here is the discretion. Discretion is exercised. These are the criteria. Everything in writing. Third, protocol. I had 9 security. 8? 9. I had 9 security contingent as the Chief Justice. I sat down with the security people and I said, I am in the red zone. My residence is in the red zone. Please have a heart. So we have come down to this, that there will be only 2 security vehicles with me, and same is the case with the worthy judges. We have also ensured that being in the red zone area, we don't require so much protocol. We do not require such elaborate protocol, and we've all agreed. However, once you are out of Islamabad, or there is a threat to, God forbid, to anyone, then in such cases we provide security. Once you are out, once you are inside the red zone, we have decided that it's going to be minimized. So and this has been put in writing. Even my protocol has also been put down, not mine, the Chief Justice of Pakistan protocol has also been read down in the SOPs, that it has been reduced to so much. You see, these rules, policies, guidelines are intended to make the functioning of this court more transparent, more consistent, and above all, fairer to those it serves. Now, let's move to the fourth. Leverage international and external resources. You can't live alone. You can't live in isolation. I went to China, and let me tell you, we've agreed on an MOU for 5 years. The Chief Justice of the Chinese People's Court, Supreme Court, said, whatever you want, whatever support you want, we'll provide you. And it is in writing now. Inshallah, to start off with, they have committed that 40 judicial officers from the district judiciary will be going there next year. Same is the case with the Constitutional Court of Turkey, MOU 5 years. We are in the process. They invited our office members to go there. So, and same is the case, we are engaging in cooperative exchanges with the Supreme Court of Bangladesh, Iran, Azerbaijan, Denmark, and also to expand collaboration with the Muslim World League of Saudi Arabia. On the technical side, with the LUMS, we have entered into MOU for management. They will how to manage our processes. And for technology, we have entered into an MOU with Ghulam Isa Khan University. Now coming to the fifth and the final pillar, which is to revitalize attached institution. I will start with the Federal Judicial Academy. Let me tell you, mashallah, they have undertaken 70 training programs this year, and this is, I know, my brother is in a sober mood. Yeah, I want you to smile. You've headed all this. Yes, the DG Saab is there. My brother, Justice Miyagul is also there. He's heading the academy. Thank you and mashallah. And you have benefited 12,485 participants. And let me tell you what is more and very crucial. They have now a collaboration. They have put 182 bars of Pakistan. 182 bars throughout Pakistan. They are provided a calendar that these will be the activities which will take place, and they can sit at the bar and they are connected through video link, and they can see whatever process is being carried out over there. MashaAllah, please keep it up. Now comes the Law and Justice Commission. Law and Justice Commission, there used to be nothing against the retired judges. I'm also going to retire soon. The thing is, it was just judges. I said, no, let's bring in lawyers. So for the first time, from a judge, we brought in lawyers. Eminent lawyers from 5 high courts. And I also said, Pakistan, all bar councils of Pakistan, including Pakistan Bar Council, I said, give me one representative, let him sit in that meeting. And this time, mashallah, we've had 2 meetings. They sat, they did the deliberation, and they have zeroed down to start off with criminal law and family law. So the legislation which is to take place initially will be on these 2. And there was a suggestion to bring in the corporate sector, but they said no, first and foremost is these 2. Once we get these things started, then we can go to the corporate part of it. Now, National Judicial Policy Making Committee. This is something very close to my heart. Here, 5, all the Chief Justices of Pakistan are members. I had it. We sat down. We decided on 17 items on which we were to proceed. Some of the crucial I would like to mention. First and foremost was the serious attention was given to enforced disappearances. And let me tell you, and I thank the Advocate General that he's assured us that the government is seriously considering mechanism to ensure the production of the detained persons within 24 hours. I thank you for that, and I expect that soon we will have a good news regarding that. Number two, to safeguard the dignity of judges, SOPs have also been framed by the high courts to protect the judicial officers from external influence. This is the district judiciary. We have done it. All the district judiciary, all the high courts have framed their rules. And I've told them, put me in it. If there is the Chief Justice of the High Court, also put the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, so that he, the magistrate sitting in Boni, or the magistrate sitting in Gwadar, he should feel that I'm not alone. If there's an influence and I've reported it, then my Chief Justice and the Chief Justice of Pakistan is also there to. The SOPs in that regard have also been finalized. It's a I'm very happy for that. To promote expeditious justice, not only model civil but criminal courts have started, and they have been given time-bound trials. And it is not like there's no specialized courts. What we have done is that the oldest case is to be taken up as a model court. The oldest civil case, the oldest criminal case. And that's how we go day-to-day hearing. Now, moving on to the next point. While mediation facilities are expanded across the province, prescribed timelines for 13 categories of civil cases have been, 13 categories of cases which will now serve as key performance indicators, and this will be monitored through centralized judicial dashboard. Their efficiency will be determined on this. In parallel, a charter of the ethical use of AI. You can't let go of AI. We are judges. How we are to do it? The national, the policy, the ethical policy has to be framed. Task has been given, inshallah ta'ala, soon. Once that is done, we will publish it, that what is the charter of ethical use of AI. Enhancing access to justice through better infrastructure and legal empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to the remotest parts of Pakistan, and there I saw that the funds that we have, the funds which are in access to justice development fund, were not reaching the due people. So we took steps, and mashallah, by the grace of God, I'll give you a figure. Look at the markup of the fund. 1 year markup was 1.4 billion rupees, not spent. You do not spend the money, you keep it so that it generates this 1.4 billion. I said, no, I don't want the 1.4 billion markup. I want this 1.4 to be spent. And same was the case, thank you again, the Attorney General. You provided us with a grant of 2 billion. Judge, I want their wish list in priority. And when we looked at the wish list, these 4 were the top. So this year we said, all the funds are to go there. So inshallah, we have enough funds. Their projects are coming. We will spend this amount. And thank you, government, we have the money to spend it. Now, it has to be spent properly. So for this, it is not possible for us to do it from here. So each province has been given an additional secretary representing the Law and Justice Commission, but he will be sitting in the respective high courts to ensure that the money is spent rightly. Now, you will also be pleased to know that I will announce it, that any person who cannot afford a lawyer will be given free legal aid, starting from the magistrate and civil court to the Supreme Court. In addition, I am very clear that the pulse of the criminal delivery system lies in the jail. How do I know that? I went to a jail in Deir Ismail Khan. Him, do you have water? They said, yes, we have water. Do you have a fan? They said, yes. Medical, yes. Food, very good. There was an inmate who said, Chief Saab, this is Deir Ismail Khan. And he said it in Pashto, and he said, look, I don't want water, I don't want medicine. You are sitting on my case since 2017, my death appeal, and you're talking about these things? Go and decide my cases. It was like a jolt. And I tell you, since then, there has been a constant bench, 2 benches. I've said put me on a 2-member bench, but I want a constant bench, and I want to thank each member of that criminal bench. I want to name you, but if I do that, it will be unfair, because then my other brothers will get offended, because everyone has worked hard this year. But I tell you from the wick of my heart, and I'll tell you why I'm happy. I went to Banu then. So when I went to the jail in Banu, I said, take me to the cell of the inmate who has the longest, whose case is longest pending before the Supreme Court. So it was Bahadur Khan, and his case was pending since 2019. Lo and behold, I go there. Now I am apologizing. He's behind the bar, and I'm on this side, and I'm apologizing to him in Pashto. And he turns around and he says, "Why are you apologizing?" I said, "I'm sorry, I haven't decided your case, and you're behind bars." He says, "No, you've decided it." And I said, "Well, my record doesn't show it." He had, because certified copy had not been issued, he had the uncertified copy of the judgment in which his case had been decided. So thank you, the criminal bench. You have brought, now let me tell you, you have brought the case load from 1917 to 2017. Now we are dealing with cases of 2024. Thank you, sir. I'm not going to name you, but thank you. And I'm proud of you. Okay. And for the prisons, what we did was, I said, let it not be, you see, our judicial officers visits the jail every fortnight, but still there are cases pending for more than 5 years. There is a fault, and what is that fault? So I said, a committee consisting of a treasury member who spent, who served a time in the jail, same opposition member, both, and another committee member. 3 members in each province. They've given the report. The report had been given to the National Judicial Policy Committee meeting. Inshallah, we'll take it up in the next meeting, which is scheduled for 17th of October. Al-Mizan Foundation, you'll be pleased to know, I will not say what has happened over there, but for the future, the Committee of Administration has recently been reconstituted under the chairmanship of I will not say what has happened over there, but for the future, the Committee of Administration has recently been are at least considered by the House. Once that is done, wherever notices have been issued, then they will be taken up one by one, and that too on seniority basis. We will not pick up cases from the bottom and take them up. It will be the first which has been filed in, will come in, and will go down. Now, you'll also be pleased to know that I'm not going to give you figures. I'll provide you with copies that they've done. We've done a lot, mashallah. Now, what is crucial is that the secretariat has been created. It's outside the establishment of the Supreme Court now. They are independent. Financially, they have their own budget. They have their own establishment. Their rules have been framed, have been approved. So, mashallah, as far as the Supreme Judicial Council is concerned, they're there. As far as the making it public, it was brought, it was discussed. And we said, yeah, leave it to the judges whose cases are there. If they feel that it should be made public after the decision, we'll make it public. So we're making it public. So step by step, you can't expect the Supreme Court or Supreme Council to just open up. These are incremental steps we are taking. We'll come to it. Okay. Now we move on to the Judicial Commission of Pakistan, another pillar. Let me not go to the past. This year, there were 31 meetings. 31 meetings. MashaAllah, and hats off to each and every member that they found time to do it. But what is important is, they have their own secretariat, financially independent, no more part of the establishment of the Supreme Court. Now, finally, let's come to the year in review. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 8, 2024, 1 year ago from today, there were 60,635 cases which were pending in the Supreme Court. During this course from 1 year, 22,865 cases have been decided. As a result, the pendency has been brought down to 56,943 cases. what is crucial? One figure which is very, very crucial. What you should keep in mind is that when you compare the figures of 2023 to 2024 with those of 2024 and 2025, the contrast is telling the number of cases fixed. Now this is very crucial. You talk about decided, you talk about what is important is the office, the Supreme Court office. You cannot imagine there used to be 9 cases fixed. Now 25, and in some cases, I will not name the judge, even 50 cases are fixed in one day. For you it is easy, 50 cases are fixed. But imagine what the office has to go through to ensure that the files are retrieved and they are fixed in number. So hats off to them. Now remember, what is crucial is, last year 42,666 cases were fixed. This year 76,433 cases are fixed. Now also, how are they fixed? 2 very crucial things. Practice and Procedure Act, it goes through the rigors signed by the members, and the SOP which I mentioned regarding the fixation of cases in early hearing. Keeping these 3 things in order, these fixations have taken place. So my hats off to the office of the Supreme Court. I truly, you cannot imagine the state in which they are and in which they are working, mashallah. Now, you will also see that the disposal, you talk about the judges have been increased, so the disposal should have increased. Yes, it should. So let's compare it. Last year, 16,449 cases were decided. This year, 22,863 cases are decided. And this, remember, you had the constitutional bench. These judges, poor judges, they would first go to the constitutional bench, then come here. So, relax, these things will take time. Decisions are done. Look at the progress done. Look at the disposal done. Now, I will not let you go so easily, President Saab. Now, hear this. Now, look at the number of adjournments sought by the advocates. Last year, 22,425 adjournments were sought. This year, you sought 56,449 adjournments. Now, you see, for us, you say, bhai, chutiyan kam karo. I asked a gentleman at the bar, I went to the bar room, I said, aap bataye, hamari chuti kitni hoti hai? They said, ji, 3.5 mahine. I said, who's told you that? I said, 1 month. छुट्टी का रेंज 3.5 है, किसी ने बाहर जाना होता है, किसी के फैमिली के मैटर्स होते हैं, घर को कंप्लीट करना होता है, वो छुट्टी उसको हम स्पैन देते हैं 3.5 महीने का छुट्टी. वो दे हैव अग्रीड कि वी विल ओनली टेक 1 month. 2.5 महीने दे आर हियर और इन द रजिस्ट्री. केसेस हमारे ऑफिस लगा लेते हैं. हम देखिए, ये एक माइंडसेट है, ये जल्दी नहीं एकदम नहीं होता. केस लगा दिया, उसको फिर डिसाइड भी करना होता. तो दोनों तरफ से होगा. अब इसके लिए क्या चीज है? 2 very fundamental pillars on which this whole thing revolves. 1, it is not the judges, it is not the bar, it is not the office of the Supreme Court, it is the litigant, that is supreme. All 3 of us have to ensure that that is done, and his interest, their interests are taken into account. 1. 2, if the Supreme Court makes policies and we don't take the bar on board, those policies mean nothing. We have to take the bar on board. If we don't take the bar on board, I tell you, Salman Mansoor Sahab, President Sahab and Aurangzeb Sahab, hats off to you. Wherever and whenever I've had issues, I've called you, and both of you have given me very sensible and very, very mature views, and I have complied with it. We have to move on. We have to go take incremental steps, and to only then can we achieve this. It can't be done just by the Supreme Court or by the Chief Justice. No, it has to be done with all the judges. You, the President, the entire bar. Go back to the bar. We are ready. You want hearings in the afternoon? We'll have hearing in the afternoon. But then no adjournments. So go back to them, ask them if you require, come back to me, we will decide. Okay? Now, to end, let me, ladies and gentlemen, as we close, let me thank each one of you once more, my fellow judges, members of the bar, and the staff of this court, for walking this path with commitment and resolve. The progress of the past year gives us hope, but much still lies ahead. May Allah Almighty guide longer, swifter, and more accessible. Ameen. Pakistan, Pindabad. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sharif.